This reminds me of games I used to play as a child on a GX Spectrum computer. What's GX Spectrum computer? Very old home computer before the PC in early 1980s. Wait. There were different computers before the computer. 19,000s is when computers were invented, and there have always been many kinds. So only this kind of computer it survived. I'm very interested in how it looks like. I had a Commodore 64 too. My mom played the Ghostbusters game a lot. You can play Ghostbusters on the computer, which is called Commodore 64. Yeah, my dad had a lot of games too. Wait, let me Google. Wow, it's cute. It's cute, but it looks like some game console. This is a GX Spectrum. It's cute, isn't it? Kawaii. Is this a real thing? It's a paper model. Yeah, it seems so. Yeah, I think this is the real one. It's super cute. Kawaii. Wow, it's a keyboard. Kawaii. And this one is Commodore 64. Yeah, it does look like a computer, old computer. But maybe keyboard is a little bit different, but looks so similar. The rubber keys remind me of a calculator. It reminds me of the controller for the TV. Controller for the TV has rubber keys, right? And there was a mice in Dad's workplace, and there was a room that employees can take a break, and there was a TV in the room, and mice ate the rubber keys, so no one can use the controller for TV. It reminds me of that. The computer is inside of the keyboard. Inside of the keyboard? Wait, small brain. Okay, Amiga 500. So many different computers in all the days. Wow, that's cool. This is Amiga 500. Commodore Amiga was the last Commodore computer before the PC. I see. They lost and bankrupted. There was even early internet for Commodore. What? Internet? My first computer was the Radio Shack TRS-80. I want old computer for decoration. It's cute and cool. Kawaii! It looks like a toy. Glad you like the old computers, Ichigo. Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? My first computer was Apple PC because my father used Apple computer for his work, and I touched it. I liked it, playing with my dad's computer while he was working. I'm 53 this year, so many first console for Atari 2600, then Sega Master System, Atari 2600. It's what I've never heard of it. Is that computer? What's Atari? How are you doing? I'm enjoying talking about all the things with chat. Now, Papa is difficult for me today. Atari 2600. It's a console, the first one. In fact, Atari is a game console. It's game console. What kind of game you can play, like Mario? Sega Master System. Looks like it's Sega. There were so many consoles before. I would say the Sega Master System is the oldest console to begin with, along with the Nintendo NES. I know Nintendo NES! Finally, I know it! ColecoVision was a great console, unique controller. ColecoVision looks like it has phone. It has a phone as a controller. The best old Japanese console was probably PC Engine, which was very cute. Okay, good. Let me Google. Ah, it's cute! Wait, the PC Engine! Wait, it's a PC! It's super cute! Let me show it. Kawaii! It's cute! Kawaii! It's like a toy which you can get from a Switch. Have you ever seen the CDI controller? That one is hilarious. Never. Let me Google it. Why is this controller CDI controller? It looks like it's like some devices for hospital medicine thing. Imagine playing a game with this. What's this? It's like echo thing in the hospital. I have another image, so you can hold it like this. It looks cool, Not cute, but cool. What YouTube video? Liam, thank you. Let's watch it. Quit the bye-bye to you. I can't win the game. That map is too difficult for me. The title of this video is Wacky World of CDI Controllers. 4 minutes review. Okay?
The Philips CDI, with the I standing for interactive, it was released in the 90s as sort of an all-in-one digital media player where you could watch movies, view photos, and of course, play games, which in the beginning were mainly educational experiences, with some consoles even including a copy of Compton's Interactive Encyclopedia, which I know would really get this system to just fly off the shelves. If you're watching this channel though, you're likely more familiar with the CDI as that weird console that Mario and The Legend of Zelda somehow ended up on, as well as all of the juicy memes that came along with them.
You know what they say, all toasters toast toast.
But if instead of just viewing hilarious videos of the games on the internet, and you actually decide to try Hotel Mario or Link and the Faces of Evil for yourself, you're quickly going to realize that there was such a weird, wacky world of CDI controllers out there, and this one is the thumbstick controller. Actually has a really nice thumbstick at the top here. Feels surprisingly decent, surrounded by your action buttons. Now, an important thing to note about the CDI is that it's like the NES, and that it only has 2 main buttons used for its games, the 1 dot button and the 2 dot button, even though you would think, based on the fact that there's 4 buttons surrounding the stick, that they might each have different functions, but no, it's actually a choice if you want to use the left or the right one of each of those. And of course, as the CDI was a video player, you got to get all those functions down there as well. Naturally, playing a game with a remote that is more modeled towards navigating DVD menus wouldn't be that comfortable, but never fear, because the CDI gamepad has you covered. This one is very much styled in the way of a Sega Genesis controller with your D-pad and 3 buttons here, even with a turbo slider on the bottom, which is pretty cool. You'll remember though that we just mentioned there are only 2 main buttons on the CDI, and this third one here is actually a 1+2 combo button, which presses both of them at the same time. Speaking of strange CDI controllers, we certainly cannot leave out the CDI Commander, or as I call it, the Spoon Troller, because it seems like something you should be eating your cereal with. But at the top you got 1 button on each side, followed by a larger 2 button at the top, and then this thing right here, this big rubber disc, is actually the directional, which feels a little bit better than you might expect, but still not something you probably want to do too much gaming with. At the bottom though, if we remove this cover, which slides down like that, you'll see you get controls for when you're watching video. Because yeah, that's definitely what you'd want to use this remote for, more than gaming, but if you really want to, you can give it a shot.
Why
Alright
are
everyone, what do
they
you think of this one? It's the CDI
hidden?
roller controller. This thing is a beast, and just compare it to the Spoon Troller, which we just looked at. It's huge!
Huge!
I just I just can't believe that, this is a CDI controller. You get this massive ball in the middle here, which actually, it rolls pretty well, but you don't usually think of your rollerball controller, the ball being that big. You got buttons on each side. The underneath actually has like finger grips. You're probably going to want to place this on a table, but if you are holding it, I guess it does at least have a little bit of something to hang on
At
to
least
there.
it has
And
a
you would
cute
think that
colors.
this big yellow thing at the top would be like a big button, but no matter how much I press it, it doesn't move at all. And I've always wondered if like some water got in there and seized it up or something, because it just doesn't make any sense. It looks exactly like the red buttons, so why doesn't that do anything? But to finally answer this question, I have found the original CDI rollerball controller commercial, which will hopefully help us get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
Het is de meest aansprekende en gemakkelijkste afstandsbediening voor kinderen.
That was very informative. So, I
What?
guess the kid in the commercial was kind of just mashing the red button. So if we're going to take their word for it, maybe the yellow thing really is just for decoration. That's so weird. It definitely looks like a button, but yeah, the CDI roller controller. One thing you've likely noticed about the
Yeah,
CDI
it was that
controllers,
one,
especially
I
with
think,
the
or
gamepad, is that
something
there is
like that
no
one.
start or select button equivalent on there. It is literally just the 1 and the 2
That-
buttons. So why they're going to try to get more gaming on the CDI? They didn't
Yeah,
anticipate
that
that maybe
that
2
one sounds
buttons
so
was a little bit
similar.
limiting. It really is only 1 button more than the Atari 2600 controller had, so just to put that into perspective, games like Link and the Faces of Evil would have to get creative, where to pause you would have to hold down and press 2, for example, instead of there just being a nice start button.
Wait,
And I
Link
think this
was not
contributes to why,
originally
no matter
from
which
Nintendo
CDI controller it
consoles.
feels like you use, your video game experience is always somewhat lacking. It just doesn't feel up to the quality of other game controllers at the time. But otherwise, yeah, that's a quick tour of some of the ways you could operate your CDI. There's many more than this. I cannot believe just how many peripherals the CDI ended up with, and hope that you enjoyed just kind of learning about some of them. Please let me know which ones you thought were cool, which ones you've maybe used in the past, which ones you think just look absolutely ridiculous, and I hope to see you next time for something different. So thanks, and take care, everyone.
Yeah, I didn't expect Link on Mario. Yeah, I thought NES or something. It's the first console for Mario and Link. That was a great video. Yeah, thank you for sharing the video. This was when Philips was an actual electronic company. Wait, I thought Philips is the company for toothbrush. Toothbrush. Electronic toothbrush. It's not their first games. Nintendo licensed Mario and Link to other developers. Wait, so Nintendo didn't invent Mario and Link? They just bought them. Nintendo invented them and allowed other companies to create games with them. Ah, that makes sense. So Nintendo invented them, but other companies could make games with that character. I see. That would never happen today though. Yeah, because Nintendo wants to sell their own console. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my just chatting. Yeah, this was a fun look at the retro games. Yeah, it was fun. Thank you for watching. And remember to like and subscribe.